great, huh?
Oh, sensational. Let me see the story.
What story? Oh, we got to the headline. Hey, wait, you got any angle yet on Elvis being an alien?
Working on it, Mr. Kerner.
That's what I like about the newspaper business. It's so creative.
Listen, you got something for us, or are you angling for some sort of a...
Well, my latest book is selling so fast the pub wants a quickie sequel.
Yeah, your latest book was a quickie sequel.
What can I tell you, Jordy? I'm on a roll.
Who left Diaperhead back in here again? Come on, wait, get him out of here.
Well, working on it, Mr. Kerner.
I'm looking for some new leads. What do you got cooking in the unexplained phenomenon file?
Here, you take care of this one. I don't know, what's in it for me?
My friendship, my devotion, my undying gratitude. And the pre-pub cereal ride.
Now you're talking. What do you got, Tom? Man loses fingertip in canning accident. Oh, that's boring, Tom. That's very boring. Think of this. Dismembered gangster found in fruit salad, huh? I know, he wasn't a criminal. Get somebody to say he was.
Maybe he's got an ex-wife.
Now, you listen to him. He's a very bright man. You can learn from this man. This man has a long line of quickie sequels. This man sells books. Not enough books, maybe, but what the hell is that?
He's juggling. What do you mean, not enough?
Hello, Dr. Carl Sagan, please.
What do you mean, not enough?
What are you
Who's
doing?
calling? It's
Bob Woodward.
It's Robert Woodward
I sell
from the
plenty of
Washington
books.
Post. What?
What are you doing?
Oh, the dolls are just for demo. He claims he can juggle real babies. It's great for the human
My
interest.
latest
Mr.
book
Kerner?
was on the bestseller list for 12 weeks.
Yeah, that's right, Woodward. Baby juggling. Pretty good, huh?
Judith
Hey,
Krantz
I like it.
doesn't sell like I sell.
What age babies?
What age do you want? Hello, Dr. Sagan. I'm calling because we have reliable evidence that Elvis Presley may have in fact been an alien, and I'd like you to comment on that.
What do you mean, not enough books? I sell books by the carload.
Yeah, well, maybe you'd sell even more of them if you got associated with somebody a little more prestigious, huh? Somebody like Sagan, for instance,
Well,
huh?
the truth is, Dr. Sagan...
Where is the UP
I'm
file?
rolling with the National Register, and I was just kind of hoping that you could... Yeah. Hello? Yeah? No, well, listen, while I got you on the phone, Doctor...
What do you say?
Nothing, no clue. Said he was utterly astonished that I would even presume to call him.
Perfect! Elvis was an alien. Sagan says he's utterly astonished.
Great. That's good. That's good. But I think this is in bad taste, you know?
Sagan says he's...
Wixie, where is the UP stuff, that unexplained phenomenon stuff?
It's right here. Hey, what about cockroaches?
What?
Well, he also juggles cockroaches.
Now, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's also very difficult, too.
Is there anything really hot in here?
Yeah, there's a little
Oh,
town
my God. Call the fire department
Yes,
fast.
sir. A little town in northern California.
What's going on there?
It's really weird stuff. Jeannie, call the fire
What
department.
kind of weird
Come on,
stuff?
just read it.
Get up, Baptist, you wacko!
Northern California.
Get over here! Baptist, you bumby!
This is great.
Getting late. You about done?
Almost.
Why don't your friend help you?
He always hits his thumb.
Sounds like the smart one, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Sure is getting late, though.
One more sounding, and we'll be done.
you'd want to take to homecoming weekend. But Lucy was the most extraordinarily important link in the anthropological evolutionary chain that runs from the ape to Ronald Reagan. Until now. This year, a lot of paleoanthropologists have become intrigued by this fellow.
Physicist.
Right, Randy.
Isn't there a big controversy over where he belongs in the evolutionary hierarchy?
Yes. And we'll get into that on Wednesday. I'll see you then. Oh, and read the Xerox pages and 4, 5, and 6 in Sullivan. Thank you.
Jonathan, Dr. Morehouse wants to see you.
Is this it, Liz? Did I get it?
She didn't mention the grant. She just said it was very important.
Was she smiling?
Curiously.
Morehouse. Dr. Morehouse!
Thank you, Mackenzie. Don't you just love this place? This seashore upon which the flotsam and jetsam of history end up, This final resting place for the bizarre, the unusual.
Yes. Well,
Most everything here fits neatly in the known realms of science, but every once in a while something surfaces that's unaccountable, unexplainable, fascinating, completely mysterious. Duke University and UCLA used to have groups that studied such anomalies, as well as UFOs, ESP, and even supernatural occurrences. Positively intriguing research.
yes, I suppose it is. But has the board met then about my grant, or...
I've been talking to a number of my colleagues, and many of us share a real frustration
About research grants?
about the fact that there's no careful scientific research being conducted into the nature of various unknown phenomenon and unsolved mysteries. And I've decided to do something about it.
Good. Oh, now, Dr. Morehouse, if you're thinking of me, I must be honest and tell you that I'm quite backed up just at the moment with my thesis on the possibility of a bicameral brain
Existing in Australopithecus and its quasi-contemporary hominids. Yes, it's interesting. Not pioneering like your dear father's work.
Yeah, well, that's why I need the grant money, Dr. Morehouse, to expand the research and begin to break.
Get the money, Mackenzie.
Oh, that's terrific. Thank you.
First, I want you to spend a few months researching what I want researched. Some recent cases of unexplained phenomena, unanswered riddles, like this one. Listen. One of our own geological survey teams was doing a routine tectonic plate sounding in a small town in Northern California when they observed the most bizarre occurrence. I've decided this will be your first assignment. Hand me that. Of course, I've set aside a budget so that you can have 1 or 2 assistants.
But...
And of course, you'll have access to a master computer for research and correlation of your data.
But Dr. Morehouse, I'd really rather not. Those sorts of mysteries really don't interest me. Besides, I'm totally skeptical about anything vaguely approaching a paranormal phenomenon.
That's precisely why you're the man for the job. Besides, you're the brightest, most intuitive, most promising young man I've ever met.
Dr. Morehouse.
And you do want your research grant, don't you?
Thanks for your support. Excuse me. I'm looking for Briarwood Street. Could you tell me... Thanks. Nice talking to you. Pardon me. Could you tell me how to get to Briarwood Street?
Got relatives there?
No. No, I'm just looking for Mr. Reed.
Sorry.
Nice place to visit, huh? But you wouldn't want to live here.
Do you?
No, we're just packing up some of my husband's things. We're headed towards Briarwood. I'll show you the way.
Help! Help! It's a big load for you. Thanks.
You shouldn't have tried to carry so many.
They're not heavy. It's just sort of awkward.
Follow us.
Thanks.
Behind you on the wall.
Whoa! Who the hell are you?
What, you've never seen the Merv Griffin show?
You know Merv Griffin?
I've been on with him 7 times, 6 with Donahue, Marlowe's husband. Don't you watch TV?
On the PBS.
Ah, one of those.
I'm not alone, you know. Ken! Craig! I'm over here! Look, what are you doing here?
Doing research for my next book. You've never seen my face in a bookstore? What do you live in a cave or what?
I'm researching in a graveyard at night.
Ghosts? Are you putting me on? Here. My latest book, just out in paperback. My compliment.
Edgar Benedict?
And I thought you'd never recognize me. You call me Benny. Edgar's just for the press. So you followed it here, huh? What was it? Was it like a wispy, filmy, male, quivering female ectoplasmic spirit in a transparent nightie, something wonderful like that?
I couldn't actually see anything. It's just for some reason the garage door came crashing down, and the paint cans exploded, and then the bushes rippled. Wait a minute. How do you know about it anyway?
How did Houdini get out of his straitjackets? It's what he did for a living. Did you get any photos?
Oh, no, I forgot I had the camera.
Yeah, that's how most amateurs react. No offense, please. Second night, Fartham phenomenon observed and pursued by, what's your name?
Jonathan Mackenzie.
Hey, where are you from, Johnny?
Georgetown Institute.
Georgetown Institute? Whoa, what a great witness. You know the Mackenzie who won the Nobel Prize?
It was my father, Leonard.
Oh, that hurts. Ouch, that would have been sensational to have a Nobel Prize winner as a witness. Ah, yow, you'll do.
I'm so pleased.
Yeah, what are you doing here anyway?
Well, apparently the same thing you are. Investigating this, whatever it is.
Since when did Georgetown Institute horn in on my act? I mean, my area of study.
Oh, only since yesterday. I'm the head of a new unit that's been established to investigate the mysteries of the unexplained.
Whoa, that is interesting. That's very interesting.
You don't really believe in this sort of thing, do you?
Well, you know, yeah. As a matter of fact, I do. You know, I was with this old Indian woman once, and she drew this triangle on the ground. Poof! Right in front of us, this spirit-like thing direct from a smash engagement at the Happy Hunting Ground. Do I believe in this sort of stuff? Step into my office. Sit down.
Don't sit there!
Whoa! Good, you catch on quick.
It's blasphemy to sit on a tombstone.
We certainly didn't mean any harm, Mr.
Jones. A lot of people say they don't mean no harm, but they cause it anyway. What are you doing here?
He's doing research.
Yeah, how about yourself?
A lot of this is my work.
I beg your pardon?
I'm a stonemason. Carve the tombstones.
I hear it's a dying business.
Don't like strangers poking around at night. Might be vandals.
We understand thoroughly. Actually, we were just going...
You know, you might have seen something, too. You know, something...
Nothing.
Aha.
Obviously destined that we would meet tonight, because for some time now I have been considering aligning myself with the university.
Really?
Of course, he wants to lend an air of respectability to his macabre and ludicrous books.
Yeah, I've had all sorts of offers, but...
No self-respecting university would touch him with a hockey stick.
I could consider affiliating myself with Georgetown Institute.
Under no circumstances.
Think of all the time I'd save you being such an expert.
Such a charlatan. Anxious only to cash in on an uninformed public's hunger for the sensational.
I recognize that, but I think he could save me a lot of time, and I'd really like to use him. I mean, engage him for this...
No.
I've talked to him quite a bit. He's already begun preliminary research here in Fartham, and he's had a lot more experience at this sort of investigation than I have. His latest book is really...
Garbage.
Well, I admit it lacks the careful controls of traditional scientific inquiry, but with this sort of mysterious phenomena...
Are you aware that he also writes for the National Register?
What's that?
One of those supermarket tabloids with headlines like Two-Headed Gorilla proves to be clone of Hitler's mistress.
Yes, but I mean, you know, somebody's got it.
I see what you're trying to do, Mackenzie. Use this cretin to shortcut through your research so you can get back sooner to what you perceive to be your more scholarly pursuits.
Certainly not, Dr. Morehouse. I wouldn't dream of it, but you promised me a couple of assistants.
Assistants, yes. Carnival performers, no.
Look, do you want this research done or not?
Do you want your research grant or not?
All right. All right. Suppose it really is a remote association. Now, I'm talking seriously remote, like the Ice Age. Yeah? Suppose we set up a separate account or something, so he's not directly related to Georgetown. How about that? Please. I'd be much more enthusiastic about continuing this sort of work if we could do that. Hello.
Yes, I'm here. All right, Mackenzie. But only temporarily. And I warn you, if I see the Georgetown Institute in the National Register, I shall have you vivisected.
She was enthusiastic then.
More or less.
What about putting Georgetown's name on my books?
She was going to look into that. She has to get authorization from the trustees.
Oh, yeah, that sort of thing. The trustees. Can they be trusted?
Anyway, to the business at hand.
I agree. What do you got?
I examined that garage door.
And?
Probably just an accident. The two heavy springs on the counterbalance just broke.
Both at the same time? That happens a lot.
Well, it could.
Paint cans exploding left and right happens in my garage all the time. Especially the red, at the drop of a hat.
Look, I don't have the answers yet, okay? And there were scorch marks on the paint cans that I can't explain either. Don't worry. Well, I'm going to start by doing a little research on the late Robert Pence.
Sounds good, Jack.
John. Or Jonathan, please.
Hey, whatever works for you. I'm going to go back to that neighborhood, see if I can get a little dialogue started.
Good luck.
Yeah, this place doesn't exactly get the Loose Lips Award, does it?
No, they're not very talkative here.
You know, I am an ace at getting folks to open up. You know, I met this little girl once, about 9 years old, named Michelle. She'd gone dumb, you know?
Mute.
Yeah. Apparently, she had seen a UFO. True story, had a close encounter, couldn't speak for 3 months. Nobody could get a word out of her. Then I spent some time with her, talking and talking and talking, finally got her to speak. First words in 3, maybe 4 months.
What did she say?
Shut up! It's a true story. Gonna use it on the Letterman show next month. Check you later, Jack.
Thanks.
Good morning. I wonder if you could give me some information.
I'll try. About what?
About a man named Robert Pence. P-E-N-C-E.
He's dead.
Yes, that much I know. I'd just like some information about him.
Like what?
Who he was, where did he work, where did he live? Did he have a family?
Don't know.
What do you know?
Not much. Guess I can't really help you. Excuse me.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am. Sir, excuse... Briarwood again.
sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Who are you?
Eugene Katzenberg. Your house is for sale?
Yes.
Well, I have been thinking of moving up here. It's such a friendly little community. You mind if I take a look?
I was just going out.
It'll just take a minute. I wanted to compare it with some of the other houses I've seen along the block here this morning.
You looked at some of the others already?
Oh, yes. I especially like the Winston's place, but I wanted to check yours out first, before I made a final decision. But if you haven't got the time...
No. Wait. Come on in.
Thank you.
The place is sort of a mess just now. I guess the windows need fixing.
A couple of these walls, too. Miss,
Komatar.
Ah.
Yes. We had sort of an earthquake here recently.
Yeah, I noticed it was confined just to this one block.
Yes. It was pretty unusual. I had some candles on the walls. The earthquake sort of upset them.
No, I'd say. Is that why you're moving away?
Well, no, it's more personal.
The Winstons told me they were leaving town because the place was haunted.
They did? Oh. Well, why don't I show you the rest of the place?
Fine.
Hi. Do you live here?
Well, sometimes. My dad used to.
Who is it, Billy? Oh, hi.
Hello there.
Could you grab one of those? I got it. Thanks. Would you help me put it down in the car?
Yeah. Are you Mrs. Pence, then?
I was. I'm Stella.
I'm Jonathan Mackenzie.
Hello.
Sorry about your husband.
Billy, would you get that box of photographs in the dining room, honey?
Sure.
It's been very rough on him. He was here visiting his dad at the time of the accident.
What exactly did happen?
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm
but...
sorry. I was getting a bit carried away.
I'm
from the Georgetown Institute of Science. And
Are you the famous Mackenzie from Georgetown Institute?
That's my father.
Quite a man. Would you mind? I've got to get packed up. I don't like to be here at night.
Mrs. Pence, I've been sent to investigate a mysterious phenomena that's been occurring in this town.
Like what?
Oh, inanimate objects moving of their own accord, flying around rooms, that sort of thing.
Sounds like Angelica. Angelica Pence, Rob's great-great-great-great-grandmother. The people of Salem accused her of sorcery. They said that she could make objects fly angrily about. And she could set fire to things just by looking at them.
What happened to her?
She was convicted of witchcraft in 1642 and burned at the stake.
Is this the transcript of her trial?
Mm-hmm.
And this unholy woman spake words most foul of sorcery and...
necromancy.
To communicate with spirits mischievous and guide their devilish desires to wreak havoc on this fair community, endangering all the good people of Salem. Her words are here writ down for public record, but should never be spoke aloud, being incantation dangerous to life and limb. They're in Latin.
Aren't all good incantations?
I did a bit of Latin. Cum fluctu flamma.
I wouldn't.
You don't really believe in this sort of thing, do you?
No. Why mess with it? The family records state that she came back to haunt her accusers for years afterward. Rob had a real fascination for her. This is Rob.
You can see the resemblance.
He resembled her in more ways than one. He could be pretty bizarre himself sometimes. It's part of the reason I left him.
I don't want to intrude into your private life.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. He was a good father. He was loving and supportive with Billy. They got along very well. He especially loved Rob's science work. He loved to be with him in his San Francisco lab or up here in the basement workshop. Oh, could you help me with this?
Yeah, sure. Oh. Little light reading.
Why are you doing this all alone? Why didn't you get someone from town to help you?
People in this town are not very helpful. I want to get going by tomorrow. I want to get Billy out of here.
I have to ask you this. The accident. What happened?
There was a fire in the house. Billy ran down the street, crying for help. But the good people of Fartham wouldn't help him.
Kidding.
I wish I were.
My dad's in trouble. He needs help. The house is on fire.
He ran down the street, pleading for someone to answer him.
Please help. There's a fire.
Crying out, pounding on doors.
Please, you gotta help me.
But no one would answer.
Why not?
The people later claimed that they weren't home, or that they couldn't hear him.
But you think they were lying?
Rob was not well liked in this town. He had sort of a bad history. He wasn't one of them.
Still, my God. What did Billy do?
He ran back, but there was nothing he could do. The paramedics finally arrived, but they couldn't be much help.
Poor kid. But where was the fire? I don't see any sign.
Upstairs.
Mr. Mackenzie?
Just curious. What's wrong?
You probably shouldn't go in there. That was my dad's special room. He didn't like anybody in there without him.
Okay. The dogs are, unusual.
No, Dad. He didn't do anything. Get out behind you!
Jonathan! What happened? Are you all right?
Yeah. Would you mind?
Yeah. Come on. What made it fall?
It was Dad.
Oh, there must be some reasonable explanation. Shall we try and get this back up here?
Yeah.
Look, see? Front panel here. Must have weakened with age. It's full of woodworm. And when the books were in it, the weight kept it balanced backwards, and when we took them off just now. This should do it. Okay.
Oh. What about the picture? And the chandelier?
Well, that could be low spectrum vibrations. Airplane passing. Truck?
Robert Pence. Okay, what you looking for?
Whatever you can turn up, Randy. Just run it through the data bank, check all newspaper records in Northern California. Any history you can get on the guy.
I'll do some megabyte and I'll call you tonight. Oh, and the old lady is anxious for you to get back here as soon as you can. She's got some more assignments piling up for you.
Like what?
There's a little town in Illinois which disappeared.
What?
Well, not actually the town, but all 32 people who live there. TVs were still on, lawnmowers still running, coffee still brewing. But the people are El Pufo. And here's another one. A series of bank robberies.
What's mysterious about that?
They were all blood banks.
Right. One thing at a time, Randy. Okay, you get me all the stuff on Robert Pence.
You got it. Hey, Jonathan.
Yeah?
I miss you.
I miss you too, kiddo.
Whoa, nice quiet table by the fire.
One.
My foot! What'd you do? Hurt your foot? Sorry. So, what did your pal and her hotshot computer turn up? Turn up. Rumpa.
Not too much. Pence's birth dates, credit rating, occupation. He was a physicist in Berlin Laboratories down in San Francisco. I have some more reported. I beg your pardon.
Zilch, nada. You got nothing there. Now, that's not to say that the old Georgetown computer maven couldn't be enormously helpful on certain things if you knew what you were looking for, but in this case, you are 0 for 1.
Garlic?
Hey, what an eye. So meantime, the expert at this sort of investigation was cooking.
And what did you learn?
Well, it turns out that old Rob liked to capitalize on his heritage, on being the descendant of a tried and true and burned ever so dramatically witch.
Angelica Pence.
Yeah. Anyway, he found out that there was a good living to be made at doing witchcraft numbers and seances and so forth. So every weekend, he would leave his straight job behind, take off his lab coat, and don the accoutrements of a necromancer. He would come up here to wonderful Gothic 109 Briarwood and perform occult services for paying customers. Why am I avoiding the word suckers? You know, people who came up from the city. You want to bite?
Why are you avoiding the word suckers?
I don't know. Maybe he had something supernatural going on. Apparently there were some pretty bizarre nights up there. Anyway, the neighbors, these sturdy pioneer types, they did not like Mr. Pence at all, and essentially they ostracized him and the boy whenever he came up for a visit.
Did the boy know his father was doing these seances?
Just peripherally. Maybe he wasn't the sorcerer's apprentice or anything like that. Ah, the chocolate ice cream. Merci.
What kind of a meal is that?
Good. Picked it up in Romania while I was investigating this vampire. Terrific for your spleen. Only about once a month.
That's ridiculous.
No, but it's different. When was the last time you tried anything different? Life is too short to be eating clam chowder all the time, but I bet you do.
I like clam chowder.
When was the last time that you had Rocky Mountain oysters? Know what part of an animal that is? Or what about goat's eyes? Try that in your chowder.
If I live till I'm 104 and never have a goat's eye, I'll still feel fulfilled.
Oobla-dee, pal. Oobla-dee.
Benedict, do you still have any other valuable information?
Hi, honey.
Well, Miss Metlovsky.
What?
Have you met my colleague from the Georgetown Institute of Science, Jonathan Mackenzie?
Very nice to make your acquaintance,
How do
sir.
you do?
Benny, I just got this telephone call from my agent.
Let me walk you to the
No,
front
no,
door.
I don't want to invade on your meeting. I'm just going to run off and I'll just call you back later, sugar. All right?
All right.
Bye-bye, sir. Nice to meet you.
Bye, Miss Metlovsky.
And Benny, I've just got the room all straightened back up.
Oh, fine. Thanks. Perfect. That's perfect. That's just wonderful.
Was wonderful. Especially that part with the chocolate mousse. See you later, honey.
Hey, here.
Thank you. Bye.
For the cab. She's one of my research associates.
Right.
Yeah, we're putting together a cookbook. Got to pay the bills, huh?
Right.
Anyway, the neighbors, the God-fearing, church-going types, felt that Brother Pence was delving a little too deeply in the black arts, and they felt that might prove to be a little dangerous.
I'm impressed. How did you learn all this?
From Mary Komatar, one of the neighbors, one of several neighbors up on Briarwood who were guilty of not helping the boy try to save his father, and who are now trying to sell their houses.
Because of what's been happening to them.
You got it, Jack.
Oh. But how did you get her to tell you? I bought her house.
Relax. It'll all be itemized on my expense account.
It's not the point. Oh, you're kidding me, aren't you?
I got the info, didn't I?
You're not kidding. I don't believe
Hey, it's not a bad little house. A little paint, some plants.
I didn't authorize you to spend a dime, much less purchase a house.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan. Whoa, what is she? One of your research associates?
That's Stella.
Yeah, right.
She's Pence's wife.
Right. Look, I'm gonna go visit a friend.
Oh, Benedict, no. No, you cannot go around buying houses.
Relax, pal. It could fall out of escrow.
Okay.
Oh, hi. What a bonus to see your friendly face. This waiter's been like an icicle. You okay?
It's just fighting the urge to kill.
I know the feeling.
Were you ever involved with someone you realized you couldn't stand but had to keep talking to anyway?
Oh, yes.
Are you staying here?
Just for tonight.
Oh, more comfortable in the house now, I imagine.
Yes, the hotel is more comfortable.
Yeah,
People.
the people here can be pretty abrasive.
Yeah, they can. Especially to us, huh?
How's your foot?
It's a little scraped up, but it's okay, thanks.
I'm just glad it wasn't worse.
Me too. Aren't you going to finish your ice cream?
No, I'm just not very hungry.
Okay, kiddo. Why don't you go upstairs and get ready for bed?
Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
You like him, don't you?
Well, yeah. He's been very nice to us.
I like him too, but I just...
Well, then what's the matter, sweetie?
I'm worried.
About what?
Dad.
Everything okay?
Yeah, he's just going through some stuff about his father.
I can sympathize with that.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people do what I did. Huh? They hear Mackenzie Georgetown Institute and immediately think you're your father.
Yes.
Was it tough on you as a kid?
Well, he was such a gifted man, so learned, so together. He was a genius, you know. I never felt that I could satisfy him enough, ever read enough, study enough.
Boy, kids take it all on, don't they? You know, before Rob died, Billy was on a one-boy crusade to get us back together. Of course, there was no way that was going to happen. Rob had gotten pretty eccentric. Since Rob died, some pretty strange things have been going on. And to the people who wouldn't help the night of the fire, and today, up at the house, you saw.
I felt. We're not talking about ghosts, are we?
What then?
I don't know. And I still don't understand exactly how he died.
No one does.
He was in a locked room?
That's what the police said. They said the door was locked from the inside. Apparently, Rob was doing some sort of incantation. Suddenly, there was a firestorm in the room.
A what?
That's what they called it. They said it was an ultra-high temperature flash of fire. It absolutely scorched and burned everything in the room and killed Rob.
It didn't spread to the rest of the house.
No. That's what was so strange. Of course, the people in town called it, satanic.
No, there must be some reasonable explanation. Why didn't they call in some experts?
The locals all wanted it kept quiet. They didn't want Fartham becoming another Amityville.
They should have investigated.
They didn't want to know. Look, Jonathan, they thought that Rob was tampering with dangerous forces. And that he'd crossed over the line. I was home in San Francisco, so I don't know any more than you do what happened that night. What I do know is the effect that it's had on my son.
Look out! Mom! Are you two all right? Yeah, we're fine. Did she get hurt? Mom! I told you you'd be mad. How long has this statue been up here?
15 to 16 years. Ever since Henry carved it.
Henry?
Henry Jones, stonemason. This was his very favorite statue. His wife modeled for him. Pretty thing she was. Till she went crazy.
Whoa, are you all right? I just heard. Good. Isn't this great? It's like that ancient statue at Karnak that fell over and killed that archaeologist. The legend said it would happen.
Rubbish. The American Archaeology Journal proved that accident was caused by limestone erosion, not your evil spirits business.
Yeah, well, who turned over the statue on you tonight? Popular Mechanics?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to change all of that. Come on in.
What are you doing in my room?
Well, since we're affiliated now, I got the room next door. Opened them up.
What is that smell?
Just cooking up a little witch's brew.
There's dead things in there.
Only a couple. The fermentation takes care of.
Who's that, Benny?
Just my pal, Mackenzie.
Who's that, Benny?
A lady friend of mine.
Another Miss Matlovsky.
Benny.
Well, she's not coming into my room.
Hang on, Jack. Hang on. She is a knockout. You're not going to believe what she's going to do for us. Make your brains fall out.
I'm not interested.
In trying anything new, we got to work on that.
Don't start with me. I don't need any fermented goat's eyes in my bedroom. Now, out, all of you.
Benny.
Now you've lost me.
Where's my drink, love? If we have to do it again, you know, I'll have to have my drink.
I got it right here, Mel. Now, this is Professor Mackenzie. Jonathan Mackenzie, son of the late, great Dr. Leonard Mackenzie. But don't bring that up to him. I think he's a little sensitive about it. Dr. John, Miss Melody Lacey.
Pleased to meet you, young man.
Don't get up. You're not going to drink that.
The first sip is always the worst.
Wait until she gets juiced up. You're not going to believe what she does for us.
Benedict, you are debauched.
No, the best. Just wait till old Mel starts feeling those walls.
Wait till she starts what?
Feeling the walls. See, Melody is one of the best wall feelers in the whole business.
Wall feelers?
Yeah, she's got these psychic powers and
It's sensitive.
Yeah, sensitive. She can find the most amazing things, huh, Mel?
Yes, I've been blessed
With a God-given talent. You sure have, Mel. Now, come on. You just fuel up and tune in.
It tastes better already.
You see, her powers only operate when she is really glazed on this stuff.
What is it?
An old family recipe.
You know, when I first saw her work, I couldn't tell whether she was feeling the walls or just trying to keep from falling over.
Benedict.
Let me guess, you're somewhat skeptical. That's polite. Yeah, well, so was Scotland Yard until old Melody blew into town, led him straight to 6. Count them, 6 murder victims who had been missing for weeks. She turned up clues even the experts had missed. Since then, she has worked for police departments all over the world, helped a lot of people, exposed a lot of hoaxes, too.
I like to help people. It makes it worthwhile, drinking the sewage.
Why does she feel walls?
It's her job, kind of like a bloodhound at the scene of the crime. I brought her in to help us.
Brought her in from where?
Liverpool. Liverpool? England? No, Liverpool, New Mexico. Of course, Liverpool, England. I itemized the whole thing.
Benedict, I told you I would not authorize...
Benny! I'm getting close.
Great, let's blow out of this puff stand, Mel. Get your coat here, don't want to catch cold. Come on here, Mel.
Where are you going?
Into 109 Briarwood.
What?
What are you talking about? Have you asked Mrs. Pence? Of course not. What are you, out of your mind? Watch the steps here, Mel. Atta girl, Mel. We'll just drag you over to the car here.
Benedict.
Come on, isn't she a sweetheart?
We need to talk. And do you know why? You cannot go breaking and entering.
Hey, it is in the name of science.
No, it's in the name of Georgetown Institute, and also it's against the law.
In you go, darling. Listen to me, you gotta stop being so bloody rigid, particularly when it comes to mysteries like this. My experience has shown that you gotta sneak up on them.
I understand the premise.
We're not gonna boost their silverware, for God's sakes. We're going ghost hunting, Jack.
Appreciate your enthusiasm is terrific, but
You don't seem to understand, though. I'm on the brink of a major research grant from Georgetown Institute. Even the hint of any scandal. Miss Lacey, couldn't you reason with him? Benedict, please.
I'm serious. You listen to me.
I'm listening. I'm 100% ears. Careful there,
You
Mel.
must absolutely stop spending money without clearing it with me. I'm finished. I mean, the university will kill me.
Oh. She's an ace. One of my fave-raves. I got a whole bunch more like her gonna help us out on different gigs. Like Pammy McPherson's Crystal Gazer. Simply amazing.
Yeah, I bet everybody in the sideshow really loves a little old gypsy woman who
Wrong. 25-year-old knockout works in the crystal department at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Really want to do this?
Now.
This is a crime.
Come on.
This is a crime.
Just light your lamp. Take it easy and let her scope it out.
It's alive in this house. It's very strong. It's all around. Here, especially up there.
That's where he died. He was inside there.
Very careful,
Nice to know you care, Professor.
Death in here.
Death in here. Let's go. This is where he held the seances.
Form a crystal ball. The heat must have been intense. Good, Johnny.
There's something. Something.
That's my girl. The Liberace of walls.
Benedict! Jonathan! Benedict! Jonathan! Ow! Benedict!
Okay, keep calm. Benedict! Benedict! Melody.
expense account. Benedict! Benedict! Benedict, you jerk! Where the hell are you? Benedict!
Rang?
Beat you to a pulp!
My, how uncharacteristically macho.
What are you trying to prove, huh?
I'm sorry. Relax. I'm just trying to show you how easy it is to get sucked in, especially by a high-tech medium. Now, do you want to see or keep on playing Mr. T?
It's not funny, you understand?
Relax a vision, Buzz. Come on in. Let me show you some toys.
Collect humor?
Check it out. All the latest state-of-the-art audio and visual equipment. Seances made to order, not available in any store. But if you act now,
Ruby laser.
Is that what that is? It is great. Yeah. I was just screwing around with this while I was talking into the microphone. This must have been what made your father. Sorry about that. How's it work, anyway?
Holographically, I suppose. By using the laser in conjunction with a special photographic plate, a three-dimensional image can be created.
Yeah, that resembles Hamlet's father. I got it. You must have read a lot of books. Ooh, your dad must have been impressed with you.
These switches.
Yeah, they make the table and chairs go bump in the night.
The computer must control everything. Presumably from out there.
Yeah, it could be voice activated, or there's some remote control panel under the table, something great like that.
Obviously no one's ever discovered this room before.
Yeah, they didn't have a wall feeler.
Yeah, thanks, smell it, mind you.
Hey, what are these tanks for?
Green tanks, oxygen.
All of them?
Yeah, they're empty.
What, was he an asthmatic or what?
I'll just go down there, through those holes in the wall, and into here.
Now, why would he pump oxygen in here?
Maybe he was experimenting on a way to get his clients lightheaded.
What, so they'd be more susceptible to his other jazz?
And that explains the so-called satanic fire that consumed this place. You see, one spark in an environment of pure oxygen results in instantaneous combustion. Literally a firestorm.
Like that fire at Cape Kennedy that killed the astronauts?
Yeah, exactly. But once the pure oxygen is consumed, in just a few seconds...
There's no more fire, which is why it didn't spread.
Right.
It's just a spark, huh?
I wonder what caused the spark.
Well, once you've explained away the spark, what about the hauntings and the garage door guillotines and Mrs. Colmatar's house? All the other ones on Briarwood, not to mention those little items that keep falling over on you.
One thing at a time. And what was Melody talking about when she said, "It's alive in this house"?
I don't know. Let's ask her. You, Mel! You! Hey, Melody, what did you mean when you said there's something alive in the house? That happens. She'll be zonked out till tomorrow, but I think you're right. She may have found the secret we're looking for.
That's the last one.
The last box, yeah. But there's still a ton of things left in there. Books and stuff.
I know. I'm just moving out the important things. I'm going to send a mover back next week. You know, Jonathan, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all your help. Also, what you told me about Rob's death.
Well, doesn't explain everything.
You know, he once mentioned something about that Jones woman to me.
The one who went insane?
Yeah, he said she was a real wacko. He tried to avoid her, but she showed up at one of his seances and freaked. That was just before,
She was committed.
Yeah. You know, I think most of Rob's clients should have been committed. Well, I just want to pack my stuff up at the inn and kiss this charming town goodbye.
Well, where's Billy?
Billy, what's wrong, honey?
I don't want to go.
Why not?
Dad's here. I can feel him. It's
It's like he's trying to talk to me.
No, honey, he's not.
Yes, he is. And he's dead because I let him down.
There was nothing that you could have done.
I should have made those damn people help him.
You tried as hard as you could, Billy.
Not hard enough. He's really mad at me. I can feel it. I can.
Hey, Jack! Yo, Jack! Park and I'll be right out. Hey, got your vanilla. Good guess, huh?
What flavor is that?
This is carob date pecan swirl. You want a lick?
Yeah.
Be still my heart.
It's not bad.
One small step for man.
Anything from Mel?
Yep. She's still out. She's quieter now. I'm glad I stayed with her, because she seemed real troubled for a while. You look about the same. What's up, Doc?
Something about that stonemason, Jones.
What?
I just don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, well, while you're on that track, where is your girlfriend, Stella?
Hold it! What do you mean?
Well, your research assistant called?
Randy?
Yeah, it sounded real sweet, particularly when she talked about you. You got a little thing going there, too.
Just tell me what she said.
Who's touchy? Well, she is a pretty good snoop. She turned up a couple more items of interest. It seems that your cute little widow Pence is in line for a considerable amount of insurance money since her dear departed before the divorce was final.
It doesn't mean anything, necessarily.
Yeah. And maybe it doesn't mean anything that she wasn't at home in San Francisco the night her estranged got so fired up.
She told me she was. Okay, where was she then?
Striking sparks somewhere, maybe? Or maybe she was off at a quilting bee. I don't know. But until we find out, it's food for thought. She left town yet?
Tonight.
Okay. Jones?
Jones.
That's disgusting. Well, this is obviously where he chisels people.
Look at her face.
That's the same as the statue that fell in the hotel garden.
And that one, too.
Yeah. What is it? His wife? And this one? Obviously a man with a fixation, or an obsession.
Or an affection.
Snooping again.
Shopping, actually. My cousin, Paula, just went to meet her maker, poor dear. Quite a shock to all of us, and I need to find a fitting memorial for her.
That's so. Yes. And we'd seen your work in the cemetery and in town. It's quite good. Very neoclassical with a certain 15th century Italian influence. Reminds me a little of Botticelli's work. But still with your own personal flair, which I like. It's really very good. Thank you. Do you have any other pieces inside that we could perhaps take a look at? Thank you very much. Leave that be.
You know, I particularly like this one. It's too bad it got busted.
The face is wonderful. She's a very beautiful woman. Yes, she is. Mr. Jones, we've heard the story of what happened to your wife.
can imagine how difficult it must be on you.
Can you?
No, I'm sure I can't.
What are you doing here?
We want to try and find out what's behind the happenings in this town.
That man, Pence, he was an evil man.
Evil? How do you mean, evil?
Because he preyed on people. People with weaknesses.
Like your wife?
Benny.
Yes. Like my wife. That's how she used to look. Then she got more and more into her occult business. And he fed her appetite and turned her into this. Not very pretty anymore, is she? Now get out of here.
Just one last question, Mr. Jones. Does Stella Pence write you very often?
She wrote to thank me for the tombstone I carved for him. I gave it to her free. It was my pleasure. Now get out.
I sympathize with your loss, Mr. Jones. A lot of people are suffering in this town.
Okay, honey. Could you take this down to the car? I'm going to go pack up the bathroom and we're going to get going.
Jones was telling the truth about that letter from Stella?
Only the shadow knows, or maybe old Mary Poppins here. Come on, Mel, reveille.
She's been asleep forever.
Well, that's a lot of brew for an old geezer.
For anybody. How did you get into this sort of business?
Well, a lot more fun than being a dentist.
You were a dentist?
As a matter of fact, no. Come on, Mel, showtime!
No, talk to me, seriously.
Well, travel, excitement, fascinating people, exotic locations. I met this native chick in Trinidad once. She would go into this trance and start speaking perfect Bulgarian. Let me tell you, how did you start? How did you get started? Oh, I had a little mysterious phenomenon myself one time.
Really? About what?
About my girlfriend. She was flying back to meet me right before we got married. And I had this sort of premonition that there was going to be trouble on the flight. I thought that it was stupid. And then it happened again. So I tried to call her, and she'd already taken off. And the plane crashed at exactly the time and the place that I had felt that it would. No survivors. So I became obsessed with premonitions, which led to ESP, which led to UFOs and ghosts and other sorts of mysteries and melody and similar curiosities. But I've never forgotten what started it all. I've never forgotten standing in that airport, waiting for somebody that I knew was never going to come back to me.
very sad story. It's very touching.
Yeah. It's great for talk shows.
Wait a minute. Did you just make all of that up? I mean, is that a true story or not?
Come on, Mel. Time to join the living. We need some info.
Headed up to Briarwood. Not real safe for a boy like you to be out alone. Get in. I'll take you up there. Get in.
Benny.
All right here, Twinkle Fingers. There you go. How's the girl?
Where's my chaser?
Right here. Here you go.
I hate this stuff. I'll be hung for days. How did I do?
Sensational.
Oh, not so loud, dear.
We just had one question, though. You mentioned something about something being alive in the house.
I did?
Yeah.
Yes. A very troubled spirit.
Like a ghost?
Ghost? Most I don't believe in ghosts. It was a vibration, as you might say. Very strong.
From what?
Jonathan? Jonathan?
Hit me again, Benny.
Is Billy here?
No.
Well, he's not downstairs either. I asked them. I can't find him anywhere. Could you come with me, please?
Mrs. Spence, one of our waiters just drove in. Said he saw your boy up the road, getting into Henry Jones's truck.
If I was you, I'd try the house.
This just isn't like him at all.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
Maybe if I'd paid more attention to him. I mean, he was so troubled that...
Whoa! Melody said a troubled spirit.
Billy?
Yeah, the ghost isn't a ghost at all. It's Billy. Boy, I saw a guy bend spoons once, but nothing like this.
Wait a minute.
Your son is telekinetic.
What?
He can make things move with his mind.
I know what telekinetic means, but Billy can't be telekinetic.
I have heard of dozens of cases like this.
Even if that were possible, some of the time he was asleep.
Well, it must have been his subconscious mind working.
No.
Yes, it runs in the family. The great-great-grandmother.
Angelica?
Who was burned at the stake.
You think she was telekinetic too?
No. It must have been one of her kids because she haunted her accusers after her death.
Just like Billy haunted the neighbors on Briarwood after his father's death.
Yeah, he was angry at them.
Is any of this possible?
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Maybe nothing, Jack. I'm telling you, we're on to it here.
Do you think the severe trauma that Billy went through has brought out some kind of latent ability in him?
Yeah, so then his subconscious mind attacked the neighbors, dropping the garage doors and the trees on him, shattering the windows.
He seemed troubled this afternoon, remember?
Yes, he was feeling guilty over his father's death.
Guilty?
Yeah, he said his father was mad at him.
Please hurry. I can't believe that Billy can move things with his mind.
Yeah, what about that statue that fell on you?
Why would Billy do that?
Because Daddy/Billy didn't like me getting close to you.
Only Daddy is Billy's subconscious mind at work.
But wouldn't Billy know that he was doing it?
Not necessarily, and that's what worries me now. Billy is convinced that his father's mad at him and wants to punish him.
Oh, my God.
Dad? You're here, aren't you? Can you hear me? How can I talk to you? How can I be sure that you can hear me? How can... Confluctu Flamivique Fabularum Venite Anime Videre Sakique.
Jonathan! through that all my life, trying to make up, trying to do better so my dad would be proud of me. Just like you. But in the end, all he can do is the best you can do. And you did your very best. You tried to save him, Billy. Tried. In your heart, you know how hard you tried. And so does he. You're a good boy, Billy. So come on. Throw away all that guilt. You're not guilty. Your father would tell you that. You're not guilty.
Then why does he want to punish me again and again? He's doing it again.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Again. Again. Dining room. Dining room. I don't believe this. Billy, it's not your father or your mind. It's the computer upstairs. Your father didn't just rig the seance room. He rigged the whole house. Look.
Speak to me. Dad, are you here?
There's the computer. Say it.
Dining room.
Look, it's voice activated. Say it again. He's programmed it so certain words trigger certain things. Sure, I'll speak to you. Don't be so aggressive. Chair. That's that chair. Couch. Davenport. How about sofa? Picture. Portrait. Angelica. Sit down.
Billy, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks to Jonathan.
What about you? Thank you, Jonathan.
All right. How you doing? You okay? Well, I'm out of the lineup for Saturday's game, but I'm going to... No, damn it, I'm really angry. I saw what that poor kid must have gone through trying to get help from those stiffs down the street. Nothing I said made any difference. Bunch of...
You must have said something right, Benny.
You do not need a ladder.
1280
We don't need the paramedic evacuation. No injuries, no. We're okay. Let's get this stuff packed up.
Ow! Where's your brain? You stupid...
His father had programmed the computer to recognize Angelica's Latin incantation. So if you just walked into the house and said, sofa, nothing would happen.
But when the boy spoke the incantation...
It activated the computer, starting a programmed chain reaction, like the front door slamming and the shutters closing. And all the flying objects were launched hydraulically or magnetically as keywords were spoken. You ready for my demonstration? Like, just 1 second, Dr. Morehouse.
Sofa. Oh. His father had obviously planned to use these devices at one of his more grandiose seances.
Yes. And Billy admitted using the infrared laser, which emits an invisible beam, to terrorize the neighbors.
Burned through the tree, garage door springs.
Yes, ma'am.
Boiled the paint, which exploded the cans.
Right.
Nice, neat package.
Yep.
Except for one thing.
What?
What turned the statue over on you?
Well, I'm
I'm still working on that one, Dr. Morehouse.
And how did Angelica manage to haunt all those people after her death in the 1600s? Telekinesis?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. But it is intriguing to think how these powers may exist. Indeed, may have existed in prehistoric man. They could have affected our entire anthropological development.
Yes. The work is contagious, isn't it?
I've arranged to have Billy brought in for some further studies. It could be that he does have some sort of latent or even active abilities that I think we should examine.
Excellent. You should be very pleased with yourself, Mackenzie. I've also heard from the boy's therapist that thanks to you, he's letting go of his fixation on his father.
Me too, a little.
Good. Now, about this outrageous expense report and that cretin Benedict.
Oh, he's not a cretin. Oh, well, I mean, he is a cretin, but he's a valuable cretin. And he's going to charge some of these to his publisher's expense account. And he's even managed to sell a house that he bought for a profit, so...
I still feel extremely uncomfortable with that exploitative opportunity even remotely associated with the Institute.
Oh, but I told you...
You can assure me you'll keep him away from here.
Absolutely.
I'd really prefer that you keep him out of North America altogether.
Hey, Jack! Jack, you're famous! We are in supermarkets all over America. My publisher's gonna wet his pants. It's great publicity for the book. Ooh, you must be the one and only Dr. Morehouse. What a pleasure. Edgar Benedict. You call me Benny. I'm looking forward to chewing the fat with you. We must have gobs in common.
Oh, I'm sure. Gobs. Mackenzie?
Dr. Morehouse, I can...
Look, you block out an evening, we'll have a chat. Nice meeting you. Think she's ever tried bran muffins?
Benedict, if you and I are going to get involved, you have got to clean up your act.
Yeah, and you got to loosen up yours. What are these, the new assignments, pal?
Yeah, these are some of the choices. Someone here has been spiking rat poison.
What, poisoning the poison?
No, neutralizing the poison.
So more rats would live? That's weird.
Oh, now, she's sweet. Oh, God, she disappeared aboard an airliner while I was still in flight.
Yeah, I'd like to disappear with her for about 3 weekends in a row.
It reminds me of a case I worked on once where this girl disappeared from some religious pilgrimage in Belgrade, suddenly turned up in the Houston Oilers locker room.
Benedict, please.
I swear to you, true story. Let me tell you about it. She was on her way to the shrine in Sarajevo with 47 other girls when she suddenly found herself soaping the back of a tight end. It was in Houston, right after they had a double overtime victory over the Chicago Bears about 3 years ago. Now, I checked out the lot.
You just carry on talking regardless of whether anyone listens to you or not.
This is an unbelievably great story. If you want to be such a stiff boy, it's fine, but listen to it.
Sit down.
No, come on, let's go. Now, the woman later renounced her vows, became head cheerleader, and is now known worldwide as Sister Pep. Or Mother